What up? What up? Let me a little sip of Diet Coke. And we're gonna get into it. So, what we got going on for the day? Let's go through the routine, huh? Alright. Just like any routine, if you're gonna trade today, you gotta go through this routine. Alright? You gotta set your low of the week. Alright? Set it up just like this. This is the system. You don't deviate from it. This is your LOW, your initial low of the week. Okay. Set in Asia. Alright. Right there in the green tracer. If you use the indicator. Alright. Trader's Reality is the indicator that I use. Alright. And your initial high of the week was also set in Asia. It's setting right here. And this would be my IHOW. Alright. In essence, this is what now we have you have a new high of the week set yesterday. Alright, bam. This is my how. Alright, now did you break the initial low of the week is the question. Alright. You came close, but you didn't do it. You didn't do it. However, last night in Asia, we have two lows of the week. This is gonna bother me, all these boxes, but it's alright. I'll let it go for now. I'll fix it later. I mean, in Sydney, yeah, that's kind of a point of interest here. Alright. You might want to mark that one off, because you're kind of at it right now. We're going to mark it off here. Fuck it. Go with the system. Alright, so here's your LOD, your low of the day. And your high of the day is set up in here. You see, Sydney, you always want to go with Asia, I think, for the most part. Tokyo channel, what have you. Alright, this is your high of the day. I'm marking out, yeah, LOD. Alright, cool. Alright, make these appropriate sizes that we like for significance reasons. Alright, so there you go. That in essence is what you want to do. Alright, now also when you're coming to the chart for any kind of day trade, alright, just figure out where you're at in the cycle. Alright, in essence, you might not know until you know. You know what I mean? Like, you got your W formation down here. Alright, basically a W here. Alright, rise up. To me, this is level 1. This right here is level 2. And this is level 3. Alright, where we have an M formation kind of forming. Alright, that in essence is what I see. However, when you come to a 3-day chart, alright, this kind of looks like level 1. Level 1 consolidation. It's tough. It's tough, right? I mean, you got a lot of red down here. There's a lot of liquidity down here. Alright, but that is another option where this is all level 1, stop hunt level 1. You know, you could think of it like that. I don't think so, to be honest, to be completely honest, that this is not level 1 and we are not going into level 2. But I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong. Alright, but I just want to give out that option that this is level 1. Alright, where level 1 would kind of be ending a little bit here. Alright, let's make that white get thick. Alright, where that would be level 1. This could be level 2, where you can get some crazy ass behavior. Of course, the levels don't go past whatever. Okay, so let's mark that in green. This is now yellow. And then your level 3 could come all the way up into here, which would be something, wouldn't it? All right, now I don't think that that's what's going on. I really don't think that's what's going on. All right, this could be very stair-stepped up. All right, it could be coming back up into here somewhere, right? It's very possible. It's very possible. However, based on the candlesticks and what I'm seeing, all right, I don't think that that's what's going on. All right, so I'm sticking with the daily. All right. Also, you know, just take a look at what you got going on your higher time frames. All right. Another great thing to do if you're setting things up is take a look at, you know, your high term EMAs. All right. You can start on your 12-month time frame even. All right, and see where you're at. Binance is not going to have the best EMAs in my opinion. All right, the Bitcoin all-time index will. All right, so on your 12-month chart, right, you might get support down here on your 13 EMA, sitting at 22,500. All right, there is an EMA there. All right, I'm just saying. You okay? I feel like not using this chart here, but for purposes, looks like I don't even know what freaking EMA that is. That should be my 8 EMA. Yeah. Let's click on it and see what it is. Oh, it's Trader's Reality. Why is my 5 EMA on my 12-month longer than that one? I don't know. But nonetheless, there is an EMA there. But, you know, whatever. Do it to your 6-month. All right. 6-month is great for this as well. All right. You got your 13 EMA and your 5 EMA here. I feel like this is wrong, to be honest with you. I set this up yesterday for purposes of the channel. All right, let's just make sure that it is all gravy. All right. Yeah, I should be fine. Yeah. All right. Things look a little bit different. I'm surprised. Let's make sure that this is right. On my other chart here. Come on. All right, but nonetheless, using long-term like EMAs is great. All right, it is fantastico. All right, let's go back to the 12-month here and see where we're at. See, this on my other chart is actually yellow. This is my 13 and this is my 5. Why are they different colors? Mustard. No, see, this is wrong. This should be the other way around. There we go. Much better. Okay, cool. All right, very good, very good. All right, back at it. Right. 12-month EMA. All right, so now it makes a little more sense to me. All right, so in essence here, you can go to Binance. That's there. All right, depending on what you're using, they're going to be in different places. This is the more accurate chart for EMAs. All right, however, the bots trade on Binance, so you can look down here. You got your 12-month EMA sitting at 20,500. I wouldn't use that one just because it's a little bit too far away. However, your 6-month EMAs are right here. Okay, dokie. Let's see on my other chart here. All right, you got your 13 EMA sitting all the way down there. Don't worry about that guy. But you do have this EMA here. This EMA has been playing a little bit of a role. All right, from what I've been seeing. So keep this one in mind. We're going to mark that guy off. All right. Okay, you come to your 3-month, and you know you can see, like, look, you got your 13 in your on your 5 EMA right there. All right, it's a big level. All right, this is a big level that just keeps getting rejected from. Okay, so be mindful of that right there. That's a zone that once they crossed, it dipped. So be cautious here. We're gonna mark you off here like this. All right, that is a zone of interest. And we'll blow that out and keep it, like that for now. All right, so there you got your 3-month. Then you got your monthly. All right, this is even bigger. Where's my VWAP? What the F, man? Oh, it doesn't have it. That's why. All right, but see, this one does. See? All right, see, but nonetheless, since we are on Binance and that is where most of the volume is traded, you would want to mark these off in your chart as well. You got your 13 EMA up here. All right, that's your monthly. All right. Always keep in mind where 50 EMA is on your monthly. Your 50, your watermark. And don't worry too much about your 5 EMA because it's below your 50. You'd get a bounce off your 50 before anything else. All right. You go to the weekly. All right. Again, here's a good example of why I hate Binance and why I hate their EMAs, is because they really don't play the proper role. Because you can see, like, on your 200 EMA on a proper chart, you are issuing pins to the 200, to the Mayo. All right, where here you're really not. It says that you're above it. See, like, what I mean? Like, it ain't really right. All right, but that's where you're at. You're at your 200 EMA, period, end of story. All right. To be honest with you, you probably would want to trade on this chart. All right, you really would. But you got it for the vector candles. They really work on Binance because that's where the market makers are. Really doing their business for the most part. All right, so you might want to mark that off at least. I don't know, but put a little asterisk next to it. All right, cool. There's your 200 EMA. 200 EMA. Weekly. Little asterisks because I don't trust it. All right. Again, like, I'm not going to do all this again on the other chart. It's so hard because when you're thinking about EMAs and what they're freaking doing here, this one, it obviously is getting rejected from your 200 EMA. This one is getting support on your 200 EMA. It makes things quite confusing. All right, you can also use the Coinbase chart. It's also another good chart to use. All right, so you can look at that bad boy. See, you're getting rejected from your 200 EMA. Binance's EMAs do not line up. All right, they just do not line up. So in essence, you could put it where it really goes. So roughly, almost exactly at $25,000. All right. Where here it's listing it at 23,700, and we know that's not true. So we're gonna move this bad boy up here to 25K because this is where he really is. Good enough. All right, then you come on over to, like, your 3-day, check it out, see if there's anything nearby. That's a good point. Look, in your past 3 days, you've gotten support on your 5 EMA. All right, 2-day. All right, you wicked below your 5 EMA, but you're getting support there. All right, and on your daily, it looks like you came down, you tapped your 13 EMA, but you didn't really tap it, not in real life. But see how it works? You know, you coming down there, but good enough. All right, we got 614. All right, cool. So, what else we got going on here? All right. You're getting a red dot on your daily on Market Cipher. VWAP pointed down, pretty bearish. All right. What else you got going on here? You got bearish divergence playing out. All right. Not playing out really yet. Where you got higher highs and you got lower highs. All right. Coming in on the daily. All right. So you can expect probably a pullback to your 50 EMA on your daily, to your or your 200. All right. I hate that I have to use the buy. I really hate that I have to use it for the vector candles. You know, it's really not great because your EMAs don't line up. It's very, 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 very frustrating. But yeah. So what can we expect? Because in essence, you don't really need to trade vector candles as much as the pattern. The pattern is what matters the most. The pattern. All right. And you know, timing matters as well. All right. What else you got here? So, what other things do we need to set up? 12-hour. Oh, one of my favorite time frames is this 22-hour. All right, because it gives you a great insight into the volume. All right, look at all this selling that's gone on over up in here, going into level 3. All right, pink, blue, and green. And I updated this chart here, all right, to kind of tell you like where you can kind of find reversals. All right, where are you? There you are. All right, so you come back over real quick. You got pink, blue, green, and then see where you're at with your chart. All right, pink, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, right there, bearish. All right, so you do have that volume coming in. All right, right in here. Not the best sign. I know that now. I know that looks pink, right? It's a pink vector candle. However, you know, basically what that tells me, right, is they were willing to sell retail shorts. All right, they were willing to take the opposite side of the trade at that point. That they've done a lot of business down in here. All right, and that they're willing to go the opposite side of the trade. All right, in the past 22 hours, you're getting a little bit of a candle up. All right, so it's possible that you can keep coming a little bit higher. That would be freaking awesome. We want higher, to be honest with you. I want a short from the highest possible point possible. All right. So we are kind of expecting a pullback. Now, you know, we're not a big fan of retail patterns here, but if you are looking at this, you do kind of have like an ascending triangle in a way, all right, with like a little fake out below, all right, with flat tops of resistance, right, a little wiki action, but in essence, that is your closures here, okay. So I mean, that's what you got going on here. You got a little bit of an ascending triangle, all right, where you could do a little measured move, all right, something like this. I guess this is how it works, all right, coming up there. $26,000, which actually lines up with a couple Fibonacci levels, and it also would take that green vector zone up here on your daily time frame. It would fill the rest of this vector. Okay, if you're pulling fibs, if you're a fib person, all right, you can go swing high to swing low. All right, and you can be looking here. You're at your golden pocket. All right, in essence, which is probably why, you know, you're getting so much traffic up in here. All right, but don't forget, market makers trade both ways, and you can pull a fib in the direction of the trend and see what that looks like as well. All right, and see where they're also rejecting from. And one of their favorite spots when they are going with the trend is 382 Fibonacci. Let's put this on the left. All right, 382 Fibonacci, where they love to get their shorts filled at. All right, and one example of that here, you know, I think this was a 382 fill. All right, I could be wrong. From the bottom to the top, make it drop. It's a WAP. It was a 0.5 fill. All right, 50% of the region. All right, but on the retracement, a lot of people were looking for the golden pocket up in this zone. All right, you never made it there. Okay, you just made it to the 0.5. All right, so you got that. All right, I guess we can bring this in a little bit here. And if you're with me, you're with me. If you're not, you're not. I'm not making videos for anybody but me. Where are we at with this? Alexa, turn off. She's about to go off on us. Alright, you can mark off other spots if you wanted to. I mean, you do have your local high here. I don't want to do too many lines, to be honest with you. Alright? Because right now your local high is sitting at the... You actually made a new high yesterday, I think. For your high of the week. Let's see what it was on Binance. High was 25,250 here. 25,211. So you made a new high on that candle, which basically also means that on your monthly you now have a new monthly high. All right, which is something to note, something to note. All right. However, again, using your EMAs, the proper EMAs. All right, I'm looking for a pin to that freaking 13 EMA, sitting at 25,641. You could come as high as 27,751. All right. So I'm using both charts today. Okay. That's what I'd be looking for. All right. But this one is 2772. All right. So that's another point of interest for us if you are so inclined. All right. Now those are some Fibonacci levels from the local high that you had up in here. All right. Or I'm sorry, up in here. Come back over here. All right. From that local high. All right. However, you know, you could say it's that, but you also could say, if you want to draw your fibs a different way, is that this is also another retracement here. All right, right like this, from your actual bear flag that you formed over there. All right, remember, I always like to draw them both ways to see what the hell's going on. All right, now as far as those levels go, are you really hitting anything? Yeah, you're right above your 382 off that retracement. Which one was that one? Gotcha. All right, but in essence, I would like to see this come higher. I would like to see this come to 31,000. That would be ideal, just like this one did. All right, because one thing I was looking at is up in here. You can see this big drop is very similar to this big drop, where your bear flag actually came up into there, back into that region, and you can kind of get the same little behavior here, come up in here towards that region right there. All right, something to think about. All right, but I'm frozen, of course. We're back. Happy to be back. All right, cool. Now I'm not going to leave these fibs on here because to me, fibs are not much for fibs. All right, I like them for general zones, but you can even see here, like, does Bitcoin really respect the fib to be perfect? I mean, a lot of people drew this fib in here, right? You know, you hit your 0.5 fib, but you know, was it perfect? No, but you got your general region, all right, on your retracement. So, you know, I guess maybe we can leave it. But to me, again, like that was a drop. That was a major drop. Okay, major drop. 50% is where you want to draw your fibs. I wouldn't want to draw my fib. It's like a local fib. You know what I'm saying? like from here to here, that's a 50% drop actually. But your main drop was this one, because that's really your retracement. I wouldn't really call this much of a retracement. You didn't really go anywhere from where you dropped from. You didn't retrace any of these gaps. All right? Like when this thing dropped, you retraced all these gaps up in here. All right? There were gaps all in there. You retraced all those. All right? You didn't really retrace. This is a major drop. What was this drop right here? 67%. All right, but nonetheless, more or less, we like to trade the vector zones anyway. All right, and so in our EMAs. All right, so you got your 800 and your my 987 EMA on your daily, sitting at 27,655. I really like this the 27.5 zone. I really do for a short. But you also got this little creation up here. All right, and I believe, where's my fixed range profile? Fixed ranged profile. All right, there's like a massive like gap. There's like it's a low volume gap, which to me is very dangerous because it can be manipulated very, very easily when you pop into those zones. All right, now one thing you gotta look at is your liquidation heat map. See where we're at in the past 12 hours, 7 days, monthly. All right, 12 hour. See what we got. Wow, a lot of liquidity up there. A lot of liquidity up there. Above the 25 zone, up in the 20. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Wow. 500 million. So nearly like 2 billion that just came in. Roughly 2 billion down here. A little bit the same, you know. You would go more towards the golden regions there, but let's do the 7 days. All right, let's see what we got here. We took a good amount of liquidity to the upside. You would think they would want to come down and take the other crap, but we'll see. All right, so you got still up here at above 25,000, above your local high. You still got nearly, Jesus, 4, 8, 12, like 15 bill up there, 17 bill, all the way up to 25.6. Roughly about 22 billion dollars. Now down below, what do you got? Oh wow, you got $4 billion sitting down at 23.8. Another 4 billion. Oh my God, another 4 billion at 23.7. Oh my God, this is bad. This is terrible. Look at all this liquidity. They're gonna eat all this shit today. What a bunch of morons. Why are they going along? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Fucking hate God. These people are gonna pay the price later. All right. So look, how many? Let's count it up. 4, 8, 11, 15, 17, 19, 21. Oh my God. 20, 23, 25, 26. That's like 28. There's like 30 billion down here. Holy shit. And then there's also all this down here by 22K. Man, this thing is going to come down like a mother trucking hammer, dude. So where was that? That was at like the main zone here. If they want to eat all that, like 23K. Just use 23K and then like 22.5 are your main pools of liquidity. All right, so down up in here, 23K. you got a nice pool here, and you got a little pool here at 22.5. All right. So, yeah, man, that's not really like the best thing ever. Okay. That's probably going to get eaten big time. All right. You got pools of liquidity down up in here, which would make a lot of sense. Now, hopefully, what they do today is they trap a little bit more liquidity down there, because I want to get my short in by tonight in Asia. I think that today is going to be kind of a sideways day. We'll see, though. We'll see, because we're only $1,000 away from that 23K. It looks like you're coming down here on your daily now. I thought your 21 hour was up the last time I looked. No, it's down. Interesting. How'd that happen? It's probably going to come down here and eat it. And once it eats it, like you would expect a retrace, and then you can figure out what the hell's going on. But in essence, you could see 3 levels of drop just in today. All right. It is 6:30 a.m. All right. You got a lot of liquidity down there. A lot more than up in the top. All right. My little meme line here is looking done for. All right. But in essence, where you sat from, where your W, your anchor is, this is the line, of general interest where the level is being held from, right? Level 3, all right, which I think we are in at the moment. If you come to your hourly time frame or even your 4-hourly time frame, I think that this move up, if you're counting levels, is that this is level 1 stop hunt, level 1 consolidation, level 2 behavior is had up in here, up, moving up to come back down, stop hunt, and take back this liquidity here, move up into level 3. All right. And one thing when you're doing the levels, if you're counting levels, is they don't come back into the levels. So if this is level 1 here, all right, make it a little brighter here. All right, there's level 1. All right, here's level 2, where you kind of don't come back into level 1. That is a level. All right, where you fall out of the level. It would have ended right about there. All right, gonna make this yellow because it's level 2. And now you are up in level 3, stair stepping up pretty much. And here's your lows of level 3. All right, you came down, you parked it. All right, you popped up into the zone. I mean, you can say it's right there, and you're still basically above that. All right, and this is level 3. All right, level 3 behavior is had here. You got a nice M formation. Okay, beautiful, beautiful M formation. It is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. All right, so what you're expecting from level 3, all right, is you're going to expect a drop and some bounces. You want to count 3 levels, all right, out of here, all right, before you get a bounce and form some type of retracement, just like you do over here, okay? So think of it in terms of like being backwards, all right? And how fast it moves is what you're going to end up tracking. That when you come down out of here, you're going to get another level 2 back up in here. Right now, whether they come down for a 3rd level or change direction is going to be based on a lot of different things. However, if you are looking for a bounce, all right, I would be looking for a bounce from the Mayo, from your 200 EMA on your daily time frame. All right, 200 EMA. All right, which in essence you don't really have to mark out, because the 200 EMA on your daily time frame, I think, is your 400. Oh, it's not. Is that different on here? Daily time frame, or is it your 800? Let me look to see what EMA it is on a smaller time frame, real quick. I always forget. All right, go back to your 8-hour maybe. Is it your 8-hour? No. No. Not your 1 hour. What EMA can you use for your 200 EMA in your daily? Your 6-hour 200 EMA. All right, your 6-hour 200 EMA is around your 200 daily. All right. Yo, what's up with that? I thought they matched up. I thought the 4-hour 800 EMA was the same as the 200 EMA on your daily. Am I wrong on that? I don't think so. 200 EMA. Right there. Bangarang Rufio. 4-hour. It's like right in between. Odd. Alright. Alright, so looking for other EMAs that are close to that. So your 89 minute 897 is a good one. Right? That's your 200 EMA on your daily. Alright, so you might want to keep an eye on that time frame if you're looking for drops in a bounce. Alright, you'll make a lower low here, okay? But you'll make a higher low here. Alright, that's what you want to see. Okay? Look for some kind of divergence or whatever. Alright, there is, in essence, looking like some green volume down there where they previously went long from. Okay? Although, look how it's different. So look at that's green, but on Binance it's red. Interesting. What is it on Coinbase? Loading. Red. All right. And then Binance futures. Red. All right. Nonetheless, we getting the Brinks trade already? Is it that time? Oh no. The Brinks happened already. We're almost through London. All right. So yeah, that is where you are currently sitting at. All right. This pretty much has been counted out. All right. I would be looking for close to a lower low here. Okay. On Binance, this blue zone here could be a level of interest at 21,000. All right, let's see if there's any liquidity down there. 21,000. Yeah, see, they could come. Look at that, 19K. There's liquidity down there. All right. But once they eat this, it should bounce from all this. They could eat all that 21,700-ish. They could eat into just below 22K. All right. So also you got to keep in mind that if you are a retail trader and you went long here or you went long here or here or here up in here, your stop losses are all up in this zone here, right by your 200 EMA. All right. So you can look for a bounce there. But of course, you don't take the first leg, you take the second leg down. So when price does come down here, all right, it'll come down, it'll bounce around right off the liquidity zones, all right, and then come down, pin the Mayo. You'll get another bounce up here. There's your 50 EMA on your monthly. You probably bounce there, and then you can pin it again. Wait for the second pin, and wait for the close, all right? Wait for the close on either an hourly pin. All right, because you can see how these W formations form on the hourly. All right, they'll pin it, and they'll pin it again, and it'll close on a pin. You want a better pin, and because you don't need a great entry for a long. All right, you can wait for the 4-hour. 4 hours are great for pins. All right, always wait for a pin to the low on either the hourly or the 4-hourly. All right, and the 8-hour, you're kind of late to the party because by then you've already come up a lot. All right, so look for pins on your hourly, really. All right. If you really are really rambunctious, you can go to the 15-minute and look for a pin. All right. Although it's not going to give you a lot of accuracy. I mean, it's more risky, obviously, because the candles are smaller. You can, if you like the hourly or you like the 15-minute, cut it in half. Go with a half hour, and you wait for a half-hour pin. All right. Half-hour pins are actually pretty dope, in my opinion. All right, these are great stopping volume candles. All right. So, and again, like you can see how it drops, and if you are going to form a W formation and we are close to the weekend, look at how they formed they tried to form it here, and it didn't really form, and then you just kind of drifted down. You ate the liquidity. You've come up over the weekend. Then in the new week, you started pinning the lows, and they formed the low of the week and all that jazz. All right, so I wouldn't be taking any positions, over the weekend. Right now, your trades should be in. All right. Look at all these blood diamonds on the half hour, man. That's very telling. I mean, I'm ready to go in on my mock account. To be honest with you, it looks like we're getting a good move down, but I would want to wait for New York. All right. Although New York, you could get a nice reversal. All right. How many pins to the low here? I mean, that's like one whole pin. Let's count by the hours. All right. And let's go here. Something cleaner. 1, 2, 3 pins to the low. They tried to form the W, and it looks like it's not really working out too well here. It looks like they're coming to eat that liquidity down at 20, whatever. Okay, whatever it is. What was it? Yeah, down up in here. See, now you got monthly support here at 23,200. It would be pretty smart. Also, what do we got going on for news today? I think there's an FOMC guy speaking. All right. Some dude. All right, is this the right day? February 19th. Today's the 22nd. All right, the FOMC minutes come out at 2 p.m. All right. So, I don't know what they're going to be, whether the market's going to be in anticipation of bad things. But tomorrow, you got core CPI, the index price month over month. All right. So, it's another thing. So, the change in price in goods and services purchased by consumers, including food and energy, actual greater than forecast is good for currency. All right, so you want to see it come in lower. All right, it differs from core CPI in that it only measures goods and services targeted toward and consumed by individuals, prices, and weighted according to the total expenditure per item, which gives important insights into consumer spending behavior. CPI is released about 10 days earlier and tends to be the most of the attention. All right. It is the Federal Reserve's primary inflation measure. Inflation is the most important to currency valuation because of the rising prices that lead to the central bank raising interest rates, blah, blah, blah. You guys know. All right. So, in last January, it came in the same. December, it came in the same. So if we do see it come in a little bit higher, you could get a good drop. All right. But let's say it comes in. It doesn't change that much. All right. Looks like you're getting a bounce off your 200 EMA. All right. In essence, what you really want to do is wait for New York. It looks like, you gotten some pretty good drops here. All right. You would kind of expect a little bit of a reversal. All right. So you can kind of come over here and see your little W formation forming here. All right. You kind of are back testing. All right. And you got your 800 EMA on your 15-minute. I'd like to see a move up at least to the 200 EMA here, all right, or a bounce off the psychological low or the pivot point up into here where they can do some business. All right, it looks like they built a little bit of longs here. All right, but in essence, I don't really see much. Yeah, I see a little bit of green volume up in here that New York can stop hunt into. So there's also this green volume up into here. So that's another thing to be cautious of, because if you do cycle all the way through from these 3 drops, right, you got your W formation here. All right, you rise up. All right, you would back test the 50 EMA on the 15-minute and then do some more business in New York up in here. All right, where you can kind of peek out at your 200 again, which would be a bang-in short. In my opinion. However, you never know what the hell's going to happen. Okay. You got 3 yellow X's on your 15-minute. You kind of are waiting for that 4th one, although it does look like things are moving up at the moment. All right, you got a nice bounce off your 800 EMA on your 15-minute. So coming to the hourly again, they haven't broken the initial low of the week. All right. Did we do the low of the day, the high of the day? Yeah, we did. All right. So look, one of the principles of the system here is you can always take a short from the high of the day set in Asia. Okay. And you put your stop above there. Although with that green volume there, we saw some get taken yesterday, I would definitely try to take a short from the initial high of the week and let it move down. So I would be looking for a short right around there, 24,545. All right, that's where I would look for my real short. All right, it looks like they built shorts up here on your 15-minute in the U.S. yesterday, where they're currently short from. They're probably not going to give you that. All right, they also have a nice short here. All right, built up in here. So looking at that wick right there, you might get a little bit of a bounce off that wick. Right, you got some green volume up in here. You might not make it back to your daily open, although the daily open has not been tested since Asia, and that level usually does get tested. So, I think that the 24,500 region, or 24,450 region right here is a great opportunity to put in a short. If you go, I wouldn't do super low leverage because if anything, if you come short from there and you actually do come up, right? If you went 2 or 3x, you're most likely not coming. You're not ripping today. I don't think so. I really don't. All right, the trend is down. So let's take a look at some other things that are going on here because you got to look at the Dixie, of course. The Dixie on the 4-hour. See, the Dixie's a little bit high for the week. That's interesting. All right. But it looks like you're coming into green vector candle zones up into here. Where's my arrow, dude? All right there. All right, you haven't really taken all that yet. That is going to be where I would expect some type of rejection from the 104 range. All right, it's the high average daily range there for your Dixie. Yeah, where you can kind of expect some level 2 behavior to come up in here before it goes higher. I do expect the Dixie to go higher. All right, come over to your 1 hour, see what's going on. Yeah, so you're from the beginning of the week here on Sunday. I'm not frozen. Okay, you're trading above your initial high of the week. All right. Something to note that you are above that. If you come up here, you take this, you can get another bounce off that. All right. Or you might come down. Again, this looks like level 2 behavior. All right. I think that this is level 1 consolidation, stop hunt level 1, rise level 2. All right, where you're coming up here. All right. But I think that this region right up in here is where you're heading to. I think you're going to break your high average daily range today. And then, of course, you got your 800 EMA on your 4-hour time frame sitting up there as well. All right, where you can kind of gauge if you're going to get a bounce off that. All right, what's the euro doing? Euro making a move to the downside. All right, you got any vector candles? Yeah, you got some vector zones, but I see more down below than I do up top on the 4-hour. All right, in essence, you'd want to see $1.04 kind of hold for you. All right, that's its local low. Okay, 1, 2. I haven't seen real 3 levels of drop on your 4-hour. Let's go to your 8-hour. 1, 2. It looks like you're getting your 3rd drop right now. So you might make a lower low. You eat your euro down up in here. So it makes sense too, because if your euro comes down and makes a lower low, your Dixie can make a higher high. All right. Go to the yields. The yields. Are you trading yet? I don't even know. The yields made a move up yesterday. Look at that. It made a higher high. All right. The yields are moving down at the moment. Although, I don't know. Let's go to like a daily time frame for the yields. I haven't really looked too much at the yields. You getting a no? Oh, that's a beautiful W formation on the weekly for the yields. Holy moly! Yeah, one. Yeah, yields look bullish. What are you at right now? 3.93. All right. You know, at 4%, you know, you're getting real cautious. All right. At 4.5%, you know, you're looking pretty dirty. All right. But yeah, I mean, in essence, you would kind of look for a retrace on your yields, which would kind of lead things to go a little bit higher. All right, for the day. Right. Come back in, test your daily, and then move out. That would be something to think about. Right now, you're getting just basically a rejection off this M formation. Okay, so it looks like the yields are getting a little bit of a rejection, right, after you move down, right? Drop level 1, retrace, but you got, looks like it reset itself. This is like level 2. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of resetting itself a little bit to move higher. All right, it's not really that great. All right, so there's that. All right, let's go to the NASDAQ, see what's popping. NASDAQ getting a little move down today in pre-market, although, look, you're approaching your 50 EMA on your daily where you can kind of expect a little bit of a bounce. You got a real nice M formation here on the NASDAQ, all right, where you would kind of expect a bounce here and at least back test. All right, although you could get a move down, eat all of that green zone right in there before you get your bounce back up in your retrace, back up and test, you know, the weekly low here and getting a move back down. All right, so think of that. I mean, imagine you would want to see that, you know, a break of the 50, right, on the daily. All right, everyone gets short and then they will rip it back up later. Okay, that's how it fucking goes. Let's go to the weekly on the NASDAQ. All right. I mean, you got a real nice, see, you got another nice W formation here. It's a little weird, isn't it? You got a nice W here. In essence, you've come up and you're kind of testing the top of that W where you would want to see it shift out of the zone. All right. However, you do have a little bit of liquidity up here to still eat. That would actually kind of fit a little bit, right? Where you kind of, you know, you come up, right, and forget the retest, but you can kind of come up, make a higher high, right, do some business up in here, because this might take a little bit, you know, do a little business down there, all right, look at level 1 consolidation, come back up, and only get 2 levels of rise, all right, and you get some manipulative behavior up in here, and then finally come back down, and then you have basically on your monthly time frame a beautiful M formation forming on your monthly. That would be, in essence, what you'd want to see. All right, so I think that that's a possibility, okay, where that would put Bitcoin back around $30,000. So, you know, normally I think there's still momentum to be had to the upside in essence. But that's an ugly monthly candle on the freaking on the NASDAQ, isn't it? Last time you got one of those, you got a pretty good move down. All right. Let's go to the Dow Jones, my favorite. All right, the Dow. Now the Dow, you know, looks like you're going to be printing a little bit of a trigger wave on your monthly. All right, on your weekly time frame, you are getting a red dot. So, you know, on the basis of on this shit, you know, it looks like you're going to be getting the move down. All right, this looks like a failed W pattern. All right, let's go to their monthly time frame, and on your monthly, okay, and I don't have my zones marked out here, but you do kind of have a little bit of your M formed out here. All right. I mean, that's good enough for me. I'm happy with that. You guys know I'm super bearish on the Dow. Super duper bearish on the Dow Jones Industrial Average at the moment. I really don't think, I think that you're coming down into this level. I think you're gonna. Sounds nuts. Sounds absolutely nuts to go from 33,000 down to, 5,000. I know that sounds absolute like insanity. I know, but that's what I think. All right, and the reason I think that is because if you come over to your 12-month time frame, all right, and you're looking here, this is interesting if you want to look real quick with me. All right, here's your Great Depression. All right, you draw this trend line out. Right, like this. All right, where you got 1, 2 bounces, and you got some dips below, but I mean, in essence, it's like a median line, right? Just think of it like that. And every time you get a dip below, right, you get a really nice move down in the Dow. All right, this was a 50% drop. All right, this over here was a 50% drop. All right, so at the very least, another 50% drop in the Dow from the top here. Right, another 50% drop would put you at 160, obviously. Okay, where you can make a lower low than your previous, flu wick. All right, and do some business down there. But I think that this move up is extremely unsustained. All right, because since your previous bear market in the turn of the millennia, you've made higher highs, and you've also made lower highs on your RSI. All right, that is bearish divergence, as well as making major bearish divergence on Market Cipher. And on Market Cipher, you are getting a red dot, and every time you do get a red dot, you tend to have a pretty good amount down. All right, so you got a red dot on your 12-month. You had 3 years of down. All right, you got a green dot, which was dope. Great, good for you. But then you got a red dot, and you had another 50% correction. Okay, you got a red dot. Okay, you got to move down. You got a green dot. Great. Now you're getting your red dot. I would expect a 50% move at the very, very least in the Dow Jones sometime at the end of this year or beginning of next year, or could be sooner. Seems like sooner, to be honest with you. All right. Going to your 3-month time frame. All right. Looks like you've had a really nice retracement. At the end of last year. All right, that's a great move. Okay, however, nothing really engulfed anything. All you did was wick, and all you've done in this quarter is just make a lower high. Okay, I don't see anything bullish about the Dow Jones at the moment. All right, I saw something else. I think, was it BBWP? I think so. I was looking at BBWP, and I was looking at this little hook action here. So just take a quick look. I mean, this is crazy talk, but you see this little hook action here? All right. And then you look at this little hook action over here. This little hook action. All right, well, you can get some major volatility in the Dow. All right, right up in here. All right. All right, you get some major, this little stutter step, if you will. This little pause before coming down. There's like a little hook that went down here. All right, so be mindful of that. All right, but also I was looking at the Dow on the weekly, I think it was. Yeah, you got volatility that's about to get incoming. Okay, usually, obviously, when you get down to these levels, you do get some type of volatility. Okay, and the last time you were here, all right, down up into this region, all right, you got volatility. Right up in here, what'd you get? 5%, not very much. All right. Of course, what happens is, I'm sorry, it's from expansion. All right, so that's what you want to look at. So from here, when you got it, what did you get up? You got from there 7%. All right, but let's go back in time. All right, from other times when it was down this low. All right, and it expanded, although it did expand to the upside. Okay, keep that in mind. You got 27%, 28%. All right, but now let's go to our our bearish bias. All right, where we were over here. All right, in these lower parts, right? It seems as though, look at this. It seems as though when you get down up into here and you expand, you're expanding to the upside. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to the Great Depression now. Let's see what the hell was going on there, because that's where I think we're at. I know it sounds nuts. I love it. Here we go, up in here. Yeah, you didn't really get anything like that. You know, you came down, you expanded up. It looks like it's a pretty good sign, to be honest with you. It looks like it's a pretty good sign that this is coming to the bottom. But then again, I don't know. I don't know if BBWP really goes with the Dow Jones. I know Crown uses it in crypto. What's up with oil, man? Oil. Oil looks like it wants to reverse. Although, you're not getting the signs on Market Cipher. Maybe it's going to roll over. 1, retrace. 2, not much. Looks like it's going to roll over. Natural gas people were looking at, I think because of Russia. It looks crazy. You would expect some kind of retracement. On the weekly, you're getting a green dot here. Gold. What's up with gold? Gold. Drop, retrace. Looks like gold wants to head down. All right. Looks like gold wants to head down. You make a lower low, you're coming down to 1455 region. Up into this zone up in here. All right. Which, in fact, would be a move of 20% in gold. All right. This does look like just a retracement. You never made a new high. This looks like an M pattern. All right. What's going on with Bitcoins? Nothing. I love how slow it's moving. Yeah. Generally bearish. One leading indicator that we can always look at is Link. All right. Usually when Link pumps, you know you're ready for a dump. But look, you do have a red vector on your weekly. Usually indicates a short, right? Well, green red. Let's see what that means here. Green red is actually bullish. Interesting. Green and red is actually bullish. See, things are getting crazy up in here. Green, red. Ooh. Interesting. See how it goes red, green? Red, green, bearish. Green, red, bullish. Fair enough. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're just gonna come down, deviate, and pop back up. Because you look, you got a nice long built here on your 2-day, right up in here. Looks like you could be getting a bounce. You got a nice long they built here. Interesting. See how I can, man, very, very interesting. Let's go to your daily. Yeah, see, this is nuts. On Link, they got a long built. It kind of changes things, you know. I don't know, just change everything. But they could have closed that out. See, that long was built. They could have closed it out. What's going on here? What's this blue volume? Blue volume at the highs on February the 18th. Let's see what went on in this region here. Let's go a lower time frame. See if anything got closed out. See if they went short at all. Probably, yes. You know, they go long, they come up, they close their longs and open up shorts. So, you know, it's why the big time frames you gotta go top down in essence. Um, but they did have a pretty good amount of longs up in here. All right, now they came up and they ate a lot of it. All right, in essence, they didn't take the wick. Let's see if they took the wick on Link. They didn't take the wick. All right, but they did come up and eat most of their positions. All right, and they do have some down up in here. All right, they don't have a lot though. They don't have a lot, but it's the traditional markets that got me bugging. All right, and it's the Dixie that has me more bullish than anything else. This thing looks bullish AF. Now, that being said, Dixie looks really bullish. However, there is a case to be made for this type of behavior. All right, because I know that we say that they don't come back into the levels. All right, where you do have this region right up in here. I mean, in essence, this is the zone. Okay, but you could bring this down into, and chop that off a little bit, because the main part of the price action is up in here. And on your monthly, you could come down to 98. That's your 50 EMA. Okay, up in here, yeah, 98 is your 50 EMA. That would give your stock market room to run for a little bit longer. All right. And there is always the case that this was the top for the DXY and that you're coming back down, although I don't think so. I really don't. Look at how long these consolidation periods last, how long these zones go on for before breaking up into a new zone. You got 2008 to 2013, you got 15 all the way to 21. You just popped up into this zone. Why bring it back down now? If anything, you're going to just stop hunt the zone and come back up. All right, maybe break the 50, come back, eat that red right there, get your fill. All right, at 93, you get your value there. Although it looks like they took that monthly vector for the most part. All right, that they wouldn't come back into there, but you do have this monthly vector here at 97. All right, and you got your stopping volume right there. All right, so that is a major level of interest right up in here, where this stopping volume candle is. All right, where they stopped price from going any higher, they ripped it back down to form the bottom and then come back up. So you could get a move down, all right, on the Dixie into that zone right up in there. All right, now right now is at your previous reversal. Okay, and you don't have more commitment from them in their volume, where like on the daily I would like to see some more commitment. All right, where you got red vectors here, on the other side of the W you'd want to see green vectors. All right, and if you go back and look, I bet you do get that from where you shifted out before, right? So look at this W formation over here. All right, here's your W where you shifted out into your new zone up there. Okay, bam, 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 bam. All right, now in this region here, you can see on the daily they shifted out with red volume, fake everyone out, and then when they came back down, they filled it up with the green. All right, they shift out, and then they fill it up some more with green before shifting out again, and then more green volume came in. All right, something else to be thinking about a little bit. All right, red volume usually is preceded by green volume. All right, that is more bullish, right? Well, bullish is green red. Maybe I'm wrong. Learning. Green red. Yeah, there's your green red volume on your daily. Ouch. Could be a V bottom. Green, red, red. All right. You got a lot of green on your 2-day up in here. All right. They've closed out most of that. It's tough. Let's see how they shift out. A lot of red volume to push it out of the zone, right? Where then they kind of fake you out and come back into it. All right. Before making another move up. So you kind of look for that in essence. All right, you kind of look for that, and you come down in here. You made a higher low, right? But like I said, if you're chopping off some of this stuff, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you could still come down. There's a nice W formation. There's a nice bounce. You know, there's still a little bit of room to come down to 98. There really is. And there's this little red region right here on the 2-day. All right. Now, do you come past that on the 2-day? Probably not. Right? But you could come down just a little bit more. So be mindful of that. All right? Because right now you are at your 50 EMA on your 2-day time frame. All right? And on your daily time frame. All right? You do, again, there's a little bit of vector zone right here in red. A little bit. And you know how they love the 800 EMA on and where they want to fill their lungs up, all right? So you didn't really get to the 800. They might want that 800 fill. Okay? They may want that 800 fill. Let's see here. Do you got bearish divergence on the daily? You don't really do divergence on the DXY though. You know? Not really. I mean, if you really want to go back and try to like test that shit out. See, like right here. I mean, you can kind of say you can do it, right? Because here's a good example of some divergence here, right? And it kind of did play out. All right, it did play out a little bit. So you can do a little bit of divergence, you know, on Market Cipher on the DXY. And if you are doing that, all right, you do technically have bearish divergence on the daily. All right, because really you have no momentum here, and you just come up with all this momentum with nothing there, right? You got a higher high and then a lower high. But that would be negated on the daily with a push back above this region. All right, with the 105 zone. Okay, you get a move up there. It kind of erases all that. All right, you look on your weekly time frame for your Dixie. This looks bullish AF. Bullish AF. Looks like straight green bars. All right, but you know, you go back and you look. Looks almost too bullish to be good. Almost too good to be true, right? It almost looks like it's in a hurry. It's in too much of a hurry, right? Looks like it needs to be calmed down a little bit. However, on your weekly, your momentum is all to the upside. VWAP pointed up, RSI is pointed up, money flow is pointed up. All right, on your monthly time frame, you know, your VWAP is curved up, your money flow is coming up even more, you know, and these momentum waves can really get going here. All right, so be mindful of that. Yeah, trading above the high of the week. Okay, on a monthly time frame, your high is about 105.50. All right, that was your previous high. Although on your monthly time frame, looks like you're coming up to your 5 EMA. All right, so be mindful of that. You get a push above that. What about your weekly? There's not much volume, if you notice. The volume is kind of down. The volume, this move is up, but the volume has been declining. That's interesting, right? When you go back to Bitcoin, and you actually had a little bit of volume come in on this bar. So the volume supports the move more on Bitcoin than it does the DXY, just saying. I just don't like the way things look in the traditional markets. Of course, anything is possible. And again, like I said, you know, on a daily time frame, when you're counting levels, it's totally couth. I expect the move down. If you're gonna get a move up, I would want to see this come down again. All right, level 1, right? And if this is all level 1 and you got a stop hunt, okay, and you just shift it out into level 2, if that is the case, you know, you'd want to see at least come down here and take half of this weekly vector, okay, half of this weekly vector zone. Is it a vector on this one? Probably not. No. makes it a little bit more difficult to see. On the weekly, see if I can see my wick with all my stupid boxes that I draw. Let's pull this out a little bit. Yeah, you really haven't taken a lot of the liquidity on the weekly. You would want to see it take roughly half. I can't see my freaking wicks, man. There it is. All right, you would want to see it take at least half of the liquidity here. All right, and you haven't. Half of the candle is at 23,137. All right, but your 382 is at 22.7. All right, so you want to see half of this taken. All right, I don't see much as far as weekly closures go, but you go to your 3-day, you know, you got a lot of closures here. You made a lot of higher highs here. All right, currently making lower highs on your 3-day time frame. All right, you're just kind of drifting down. Again, like 21,000 is a big zone. It's your, last week's low. You'd want to see a higher high on the weekly. All right, to remain bullish. All right, you don't want to see another lower high. You have not made a lower low on the weekly, really. You made one here. This is your first lower low. All right, so look, as far as like reversals go in general, right? You want to see, a higher low, right? A higher high, right? Another higher low, okay? And another higher high. You want to see another higher low. Now, that being said, on your weekly time frame, I mean, you can make a higher low all the way down here to 18.7, I think, what was your first higher low on the weekly? Yeah, 18.7. All right, or I'm sorry, 18.5, 18.8. All right, that is your first higher low on the weekly time frame. All right, you don't want to, because obviously, you had all these lows up in here. All right, this low is not higher than this low. I mean, this low is not higher than this high. All right, in essence, 18.5 is a big point that you want to hold on the weekly time frame. All right. And if you want to be uber bullish, right, you want to see another higher low at least above 20,500. All right, and hold that 50 EMA on the monthly. But we know that your 50 EMA on your monthly is actually up here, okay, at 24,411. All right, so again, watch your EMAs, watch what chart you're actually using. All right, 24,411, somewhere up in there. All right, near your initial high of the week. So watch what chart you use. I would use the Bitcoin all-time chart. I would use that one if you're trading. How am I doing on this? What else was there to go over? Anything? We getting the Brinks? Is it Brinks time yet? Close. All right, looks like you got that bounce on the 15-minute. So make sure I'm good here. I want to see that monthly. What the actual monthly is. Because I think that would be a good spot for a short. 24,385. I think I could turn this on, by the way, as I play on live. Right? Show email labels. Does that do it? No, I don't need that. I want the email prices. I want the prices. I don't know if it does it. as I play around on here. Guys, if you don't use the Trader's Reality indicator, you got to get it. It's dope. It's absolutely dope. I could have sworn that they had the prices on here. Let's see. Average monthly range. Average monthly range labels. Monthly open calculator. Show 50%. I want to play with this a little bit more, because I love the ranges. I usually draw them out myself. I want to see what clicking these on and clicking these off. Maybe we'll do a live with that one day, but I thought EMA prices were an option to be shown, but it doesn't matter. All right, nonetheless. All right, what are we at? It is at 24,400. All right, so 24,400. Yeah, look at that. It's right at like your 200 EMA on your 13-minute. And on your 15-minute, right up in there. So yeah, you know, you might get a push, all right? You might get that push in the New York session up into your initial high of the week. I think that is, in essence, a good spot to take the short from, okay? Because you got to worry about this up here. You got to worry about 25K, all right? You do, but I don't know. It all depends on what the hell actually happens today. What's going on with Dixie Doodle? Let's split it up. Bitcoins. And in essence, you would want to really split your screen a couple different ways here. All right. And basically just use pure price action, because you've done all your analysis. You don't need all the nonsense. All right. We'll do the Dixie here. What is that? UA. Oh, it's Bitcoin. All right. Do Bitcoin here. Do the Dixie here. Do the NASDAQ there. Or no, let's do the NASDAQ here. And let's see. Let's do the yields here. All right, so you got the yields, the NASDAQ, and you put them on the 15-minute, in essence. 15-minute, 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 15-minute. We're good. All right, so there's your Dixie. Looks like it's coming down a little bit. All right. Yesterday's low. All right. Last week's low. I would say, yeah, maybe yesterday's low is a point of interest for the Dixie. All right. You never know what the hell's going to happen. And let's see what goes down, because it is that time. A little sip of Diet Coke. Now, another thing is that a lot of people are looking for the short too, right? So you got to think of that. They could come up for one more spike to the high. They really could. You know, 24.5 is where the liquidity lies, but they could keep price up into here, right, to build one more pool of liquidity above 25,000. All right, go to your 7-day chart, and just try to figure out where they're building the liquidity pools. All right. Yeah, see, they built a good amount of liquidity up in there. All right. So if they want to move price down in a good fashion, maybe they want to come up into here. All right. There's a lot there. 25.6. You know. You got BT sizzle here. This is, in essence, is a trade. This is a scalp. All right. 15-minute time frame. You're back above. Right. You can take it to the 200 EMA for 1% if you wanted to. Right. You get a nice fake move coming out of London. All right. And in essence, if you wanted that, you could take that. Right. It looks like it's a good scalp. But, you know, I'm not really into it. Look at that red vector. Ooh. See how we think? Oh, you're getting a nice move down. Nice move down. Look at all these red vectors on your 1 minute time frame. Go to your 5 minute time frame. All right, there's your W. All right. Came down, maybe you hit your 50 EMA on your 5 minute. And then they're going to hit the... You'd want to see that hold. In essence, that would be like your entry on your scalp. Okay? Because they built a short there. But they're also long from here. Alright? See, long. Here they're short. Here they are short. Where they can come down and they're long from here. Right? So in essence, you want to look to the 50 EMA on the 5 minute time frame for a scalp. What's the risk there? So it looks like it's getting sucked back up pretty good. Almost 38. It's a lot. Looks like it got sucked back up. Stopping volume. Looks like they're going to just come up on it. Because if we do want to take a scalp back to the 200, or back to the 50 EMA on the hourly, that is in essence what you're looking for here. 1%. It's just going to struggle with that 200. So I really, really, really would like to see it move back to the 50 and bounce away from and start drifting away from it for the next half hour before I commit to any scalps. And in essence, if I was going to prepare that real quick, you know, use very, very minimal amount, 10%, but you go a lot higher leverage. All right. You know, you don't do 100, but you would do, I guess I would do right around, 50. All right. Let's see what we get. You can get there's a nice W there on your Dixie. I'm not, you want to see a move back to the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. Maybe you're getting it here. Sketchy. False move going into New York is what we want. Where's your 1 hour time frame? Yeah, let's get it, man. A quick scalp to the 50 EMA on the 1 hour. Should we do it? Fuck it, let's do it. 10% scalp up in the long. Let's see how our scalping skills are. All right, let's bring it out here. See, I like that hammer on the 1 minute. And high of the day. LOD. See, there's my entry in London. You know, in the mid-range, this is a terrible. This doesn't go with the method at all. I missed the entry here. All right, but I like the way it looks on the 15-minute at the moment. You're above yesterday's low. Kind of a risky scalp, you know. But I like that. I like that green. I like that red candle there. You know. He trapped a lot of longs. I should have waited a little bit longer. I should have waited for the 50 EMA. We're learning. Which is why I only used 10%, because then I could ladder in a little bit more on the scalp if I wanted to. Since we're only doing Bitcoin at the moment, let's just come here. Come over to your 5 minute, because it's a scalp trade. And I would add another 10% at the 50 EMA. You got a nice little inverse head and shoulders here. Move back to the 50 EMA. So I can put in a little bit more. But in essence, we are only scalping to the 50 EMA on the hourly. The high of the day. 24. I wouldn't go any higher than that. 24,400. 24,400. Yeah. That would be my take profit. Which would be a 43% move from where I entered first. Let's see. On the 1 minute time frame, you want to use the 200 EMA. All right, maybe get a little spike down below where I can add a little bit more for the scalp. Eat all that. See that? Let's eat it all. Eat all that. I should have waited a little bit longer. I'm frozen. Float on the top, little sip of Diet Coke. What do we got here? You had a nice W. It's real nice. And I don't see a lot down here, and I see vectors up here on the 5 minute time frame. All right, that's what we're going towards. Now on the 5 minute time frame, you know, there isn't a lot above this zone right here, but I'm hoping for at least 24,400. Let's see how we're doing. Practicing. practicing. I love using a demo. I'm loving using a demo, man. Takes a lot of the pressure off. If it comes down, I'll add and I'll set my stop loss down up in here. 24 grand. But it looks like we're moving up. Cool. Looks that way. 7 o'clock. See, now you got to watch out. You know, really I should have waited for the Brinks, right? Wait for the Brinks box before I take the trade. You know, you want to trade. The timing matters. The timing absolutely matters. All right, you go back and you look. All right, previous sessions. All right, when does the move actually come? All right, so in London, see how you just kind of consolidated and the move came right around 8:45, right? In London here, there was a move around 8:30. All right, so you really would expect the move a little bit later than it is now. But let's see what we actually get here. See, now these shorts that they built, they could be moving up. So first, before they come and take this, although I would expect the move down and then the move up. Look at all these higher lows that London, you know, take the long, you know. If you're playing the 1 minute and you're a scalper, okay, you know, they went long here on the 1 minute, and then they let the retail go long 3 times. All right, here comes your M formation at the highs, and then I would expect a little move down. A little move down right into like your VWAP here. Cancel that. Yeah, you got a nice red dot on your 5 minute. But we'll see. Yeah, there's a nice rejection off the 200. Let's check Dixie. Dixie, I really shouldn't have all those other ones up, to be honest with you. Just keep Bitcoin up in Dixie. What is this? Oh, the yields. The yields are coming down. The yields are coming down nicely. Where's Dixie Doodle? There you are. Dixie looking like it's getting a mad move down. Oh, Vector. Danger. Oh, right off the initial high of the week. Let's see. Maybe it comes down. Maybe this is it right here. This is the trade. There's a nice W. You just made 3 higher lows. What time frame am I on here, man? 15 minute for the Dixie. And the 5 for Bitcoins. Let's go to the 5 for the Dixie. Alright, we'll move up for the Dixie. I want to see them come down a little bit, you know? I wouldn't want to take the short from here. I want to see a back test of the 200 of the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. That's what I want. Well, you know, everyone wants that, right? We counted before. We got 3 hits to the low. right? So maybe you come back up in here. This is, you know, some nice behavior, and then you chop around and lets Bitcoin move up a little bit. But I will add at the 50 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. Hopefully the Dixie will come up to the 50, get rejected. This will come down to the 50, move back up, and that'll be the play, the scalp. We'll see. See, you hit your 100. See, it's a good thing to be thinking about right at the moment, right? For day trades, are you playing the 50 EMA on Bitcoin, or are you playing the 50 EMA on the Dixie? If you're playing the short today, you would think you would want to play off this, right? You put your short in off the 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame here. All right, let's go to your 4 hour. 4 hour time frame. I mean, you could come all the way down here and get your, this could bounce off your 4 hour time frame for the Dixie here. Stopping volume. Don't go lower. Looks like Bitcoins is getting the shift up. What's going on with Dixie? Dixie moving down. I don't like it. I think the Dixie gets a move, man. I think the Dixie gets a move. Then again, that's the expected move. I think that you had a real down day yesterday in the market. I think it needs a retracement. I'm thinking that the Dixie comes down and tests the 50 EMA on the 4 hour time frame. It tests, what do you call it? This wick right here, yesterday's low. Asia. Yeah, this is the low of the week. Test the low of the week. Set in Asia. You got some nice longs being built on the Dixie here on the 1 hour time frame. A lot of longs. You know, short, long. What kind of volume you got? Blue, green? What the hell does that mean? Blue, green, bearish on your 1 hour time frame. Red, green. He's also bearish on your 5 minute. Let's go to your hourly here. See what we got going on the hour. A lot of green volume. All right. You got your ketchup wanting to cross above your mustard. I feel like it wants that daily open. I feel like it wants that 50 EMA. I don't know if we'll get it. BBWP looking like it wants to expand on the Dixie on the 1 hour. Right? And this one wants to come down. So I feel like we're going to get a move up. You got a yellow X on your 1 hour on Bitcoin, which usually means manipulation. All right, but it could be to the upside. So, you know, they manipulated it here. Why would they manipulate there to move it up, in my opinion? Let's see if you get that 50 EMA retrace. If it holds, you're good. right? Because in essence, if you are playing a W formation here, right, you come down, you test your W, you want to see a stop hunt, and you could stop hunt all the way down into there and still be valid. All right. But in essence, you know, that's why it's important that the timing is so important when you're taking the trade, because if you set your low of the day here and then you see the low of the day here hold in Asia, all right, and you take the scalp here, you're already out by London session. You're not taking this trade, because now if London can come all the way down here and take its whole session and then reverse back. So it's kind of a bad trade in my opinion. You know, it's a sucker's trade because you're trading in between the range of the high of the day and the low of the day. It's a terrible trade, actually. We're learning. Terrible trade. Let's come to the 1 minute here on the Dixie. Yeah, you get a nice bounce here off the high of the week. All right, now you're making a move down to the low of the day. All right, they might not be coming back for any of this. It might just be curtains. But it would be nice to see it go down to the low of the week for the Dixie. It would be nice to see it make a move down. But in the New York session, you got to think about it like this too. Like what's going to happen in New York today is I would expect a little bit of a retracement, right, on the Dow. So, you know, a little bit. It was down quite a bit yesterday. All right. Shit went down. Look at that. It is massively down. Okay. Come on over to the daily. All right. This is a big move down. All right. Could it continue? Yes. Could you just break this shit and say, F it, you know? But you're at your 200. I would expect at least a little bit of a bounce from your 200 and come back up and test these lows. All right. A little bit. Just a little bit of a bounce today. Hold off on the short, you know, for Bitcoin till at least Asia tonight, you know, for a good entry. You know, maybe you get a real nice move up into here. That would be dope. You know, you come all the way up, tap the you could tap the 13 EMA. That would be sweet. That would be a dope short. 25.7, you know. That would be real dope. But I don't have my USDC in my trading account. I'm gonna set it up this afternoon. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna do like half Bybit, half Femex. And I'm definitely going to take the short depending on what I see today and, you know, do some real low leverage, you know, 3x. I know CryptoFace always does like 7x, but it depends on where I get my entry at. You know, I'll do 7. I would rather do 7x from the high of the week. That I feel more comfortable with, and setting a stop loss than doing 7x in the middle of the range and then having to set my stop loss, you know, up into these highs up in here. That would be terrible. You know, I want my stop loss to be above the high of the week. You know, that's where I want my stop loss to be. Now, I think that they're going to come stop hunt today in the afternoon session of New York. All right. I think that's what's going to go down. I think that you're going to get your retracement. Although, you know, looking at this, I look at this now and I go, all right, you know, we got some longs built in here. Why are these longs built here? Okay. Why are they built there? They could come down first. They don't have to do it all in one time. What's going on in the 5 minute? We getting that 50 EMA yet? Slow bleed. Slow bleed. We'll see if we get it. London could come all the way down and then reverse. You know, it could make a little deviation, you know, right in here. I think that's more likely. But if London breaks the low of the day, You know, you can get 3 hits. That would make more sense, actually. Right? Wow. Yeah, it's a whole percent. Here we go. I would love to see 3 hits to the low. And I'm just going to ladder in some longs. I'm at 50x. Here we go. Let's get it. 10%. I'm going to wait till I'm like 40% down on my trade before I put anything in. Right now I'm down 15%. What a terrible trade. I'm learning. Remember the rule is low of the day. You take the long from the low of the day, low of the week. That is where you would want to be putting your long in. What we got here? Ooh, real nice volume on your 1 minute. Selling a bunch of shorts. Let's get it. Stopping volume. Could that have been it? Might just come back up and hit the stops. See, the 1 minute time frame, where they want to get their longs filled if they're coming back up. So they got their long filled right there. But you got their shorts filled right to this region here. So that is another place to... What's my liquidation level, by the way? Liquidation 19,658. So it's quite a bit away. So I can wait it out before I ladder again. Because that 50 EMA did not hold up at all. But I only used 10%. So that's a big positive. A big positive. I'm working on it. I would love to see... If they come back up, see, here's the thing. If they come back up, they let all these longs out of their positions. You know? But if they come down here first now, it's a mad move to the downside. A mad move to the downside. Maybe that's the plan. Maybe they're going to come down, eat all this, and then come back up for the retracement over the weekend. And then hit the stops high at the beginning of the week next week. So maybe I'm on the wrong side at the moment. You know, you're going to lose monthly support. I've been on the wrong side. It is Wednesday. You can go schlong. I wonder, let me try doing that. Can I open up a short too? There you go. Now I'm long and short. Bang. So whatever happens, happens. My short, though, is 3x. Oops. I gotta really make sure I'm doing this right. I guess when you're in the mid-range, it's not a bad idea to... Look at that. They trap the longs here on your 1 minute. I bet you they rip it down. Here comes the volatility. On your 1 minute. Build the long. Come down here and take this red volume. Watch it just break into consolidation. 8 o'clock. When's the Brinks happen? The London Brinks. US Brinks. London Brinks goes down. Or US Brinks. London session ends roughly... $8:30. It's only 8, so 8 right here. They kind of locked it in and then made a move down yesterday. And then US continued. In the beginning of the week, though, London consolidated. See, here's that stupid higher low. Right? This is just a trap. That's a trap, man. I mean, everyone's looking at this. I mean, you're a trader, right? Inverse head and shoulders to the upside. You know? And then you measure it out. And you're like, okay. What do we got? Oh, yeah, right there. 24.4. That's, I mean, that's a play. Come back up. Take the longs that Asia built, right? Asia built these longs, but they did come back up and then take them, right? So Asia took its longs back, built a short, right? They built a long here and then took it back. London built a long, built a short, built a short, built a short, and it looks like they're closing out their longs. Right? So is New York gonna just continue? Make a continuation. 3-hour time frame, 50 EMA. 4-hour time frame, you know, where you would play the 50 EMA on the 4-hour time frame. You haven't gotten the cross, actually. Oh yeah, you did. You got the cross up here. All right, that's confirmation that you're headed in the right direction. All right, but you might want to see a back test of the 13 EMA. That would be nice. Are you going to get it? I don't know. Probably, right? Let's see what happens. If they close out this long here and it rolls over, I'll open up a larger short. If it shoots up, I'll keep the short open because right now I'm only on 3x. You know, I'm scalping long, laddering in short. That's my plan. 15 EMA rejection. Look at how they I feel like they want me to go. You know, two pins on the 15-minute probably. You know, trapping longs, trapping shorts, right? That's all they've done in London here. They started trapping. See, they started the narrative though. Like, look at they trapped longs most of the session, so you think that they would want to take their shit, because that's who they trap the most. So come down and take their crap, right? And then make a move up, maybe in New York, for a real retracement, but we'll see. They trapped longs most of London session, which leads me to believe that they are going to continue down. Look at how they took half the vector. I'm going to open up a little bit more on the short. A little bit more on the short. And I'm trading like this because I'm in the mid-range. Oh. Do I have anyone in here, by the way? No one's here. Good. So the idea here, at least that I'm going with, is I'm in the middle, right? So whichever one comes into profit first, right? If my long comes into profit, I'll close it out and put it into the short that's underwater. So whichever one comes into profit first, I'll close it out and put it into the other one. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so you get a nice trigger wave in your 4-hour. That's not too shabby. I would want to see in the next 4 hours this come up and print a nice trigger wave, you know, and bring everything down. What's going on in your 8-hour? Yeah, 8-hour. You've already kind of like come down. So I think, you know, for the New York session, that this momentum kind of brings you up. That you can come down. Maybe you come down, print a green dot. All right. So I'll take profit onto the short. When we come down, throw it into a long, go long, close out the long, go short, or vice versa. You know, close out the long if I come up into profit and then start laddering in shorts the rest of the day. In anticipation that tomorrow, again, we have core CPI, and I don't know. We'll see how things go. I'm not using real money until tonight, so you know, we'll see how the practice goes for the day. And I very much want to go short my real money with like 5x down to the, you know, $21,000 region. Which is interesting. I mean, like, look, if I really like practice a lot, I use this. This is a fun little thing where if you're practicing, and then you take a good trade and you make sure that your good trade is good, all right? See how many we need to get and at what percentage. I think 30% on a good trade is good, so you use your compounding calculator. And you plan everything out and it never works out for you. What's in profit right now? My short? Okay. All right, so you get $100, right? And let's say 25%, right? And then we get 10 good trades. Perfect trades. You know, you get $1,000. So if I can get 10 good trades, you know, 10 good ones, 10 perfect trades, you know, that's really, really good. You know, what happens if you get 20 perfect trades? That'd be even better, but I don't think that's not really reality. I'll shoot for 10, you know, 5 perfect trades, you know, $300. I think I can manage 5 perfect trades for a 25% gain. I think I have the ability to do that based on the system. This is a terrible practice right now. You never want to open up a position in the middle of the freaking range that Asia set. All right, that's very, very, very piss poor, in my opinion. Okay, this is terrible practice, but we're schlonging. All right, we're schlong. All right. look at that though. Like Sydney started, here, and that's where you're kind of getting your rejection from. All right, but they had to take in London here, man. They are very long here in London, but they also a lot of stopping volume here on the 5 minute, man. Stopping the volume from going up, right? Stopping the volume from going up. That's stopping volume. They're not stopping it from coming down. Okay, that's not what was happening here. People were going long there. They sold you a bunch of shorts, and then stopped people from going long. They stopped the long volume. They were like, nope, we are going short now, and they went short this whole way down. All right, which I made the mistake of last time this happened at a level 2, by the way. So that I thought when this happened last time in London, I did make this mistake. So I'm just reflecting on that at the moment. That over in here, man, I fucked up. Because when they went long, they went short over up in here. London, they made this mad move down. And where was it? I was down up in here. It was London time. And London had come up. And then New York dropped that mother trucker down, dude. They dropped it down where they now built another pool of liquidity again. This is the side of an M. This is a major M though. You would think that they might flag it out a little bit. Flag it out just a little bit. 15-minute time frame. 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. You get a nice W formation here on this side. Flag it out. One more little cycle up on your 15-minute in the New York session. And then bam to the downside. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm going to miss my good entry for the short for tomorrow. So that's going to happen in New York this afternoon. So that's why we're going to go with 5x leverage. Nothing major. And set my stop loss, up in there. Because I think it'll be a slow bleed over the next 3 sessions for tomorrow. A lot like this was back in here. Very much like it was back in there. All right, back not the previous week, right in here, which was actually a Tuesday. It started the slow bleed, but what would be dope is if I get a good short in, and they start dropping price Friday, it can bleed into the weekend. That would be even doper. But I do still think you're coming down into here. Now they come down here first. Yeah, it fucking throws me off, man. Throws me off big time. Look at all these, all these hits to the low on the 15-minute. They want. It looks like they're trying to build. I don't know what they're trying to do, to be honest with you. But I'm schlong at the moment. I just got to manage 10 good trades for 30%, however that looks. Whether it's a scalp from the low of the day to the high of the day and you make your money and you bag it and you're done, or if it's a more of like a swing trade coming into level 3, you erratic behavior, 3 hits to the low, and then you can go on 7x leverage up 2 or 3 whatever percent, 30%, so, or 25%. You just go 5x leverage for math's sake, where you only got to need a 5% move up to make 25%. 5% is kind of a lot, though, for Bitcoin. It's kind of a lot. You do something like Solana, man. Solana was down 5% yesterday. What's it down today? Solana, what? That's your move right there. I mean, just one session. Look at that. Look at this move in Solana. Look at all these yellow X's. It's a crazy move down, man. It's a crazy move down. I'm almost tempted to go long on Solana here, you know, for it to come back up and test. But, you know, you look at the alts, something like this, and you go, all right, there's your M formation, right? You came back up and you barely missed a test of the bottom of it, right? So that is, in essence, your retrace, right? And then 1, 2, 3 hits to the low. You might get another retrace back up into here. And if that is the case, it's a nice, you know, 5% move up. But on spot, it's not going to do shit, you know? You held the psychological low on Solana, all right? But if Bitcoin comes down and you break this, on this, I mean, you're acquaintance, because you're at the low of the range there. I mean, you got nothing down here. You got last week's low, right? And you would think you'd come down to $18. That'd be a great move down at a level 3, right? Level 1, level 2. Actually, on Solana, yeah. Look at level 1 right here. It almost looks here, because you get your 3 pumps on your 1 hour. You know, it's an altcoin, so whatever. And then this is level 2. Right? Almost. You know, there's level 2. Just slightly higher than level 1. You know, they haven't gone much higher. And I think that this is level 3. I could be wrong, and level 3 could be up there at $35. You know? But that's not what I'm seeing. And if that happens, then that's an easier short. You know, if you come up another level, it's whatever. You know, then you know you're in level 3. Up big in the short on Captain BT Sizzle. I'm actually up more money-wise with... Oh, here it comes. This is where you want to see it bounce from. If it doesn't want to bounce. If London just drops it from here, I would just close out my long and let the short ride. Five-minute time frame. You know, they got longs built here on the 5-minute. You break this on the 5-minute, you know, you can come down again, but I don't know, initial low of the week, initial low of the day. You're coming down up into here. You know. I'm currently up more than I am down in my trade. That's good. Just don't want to get freaking liquidated, that's for damn sure. On that one. But I only use 10%, so that's dope. I'm doing good. The thing is that I'm on a little calculation thing, you know. See, 5-minute time frame is nothing. You took it down on the 1 minute. It looks like they're just going to drop price, to be honest with you. They're short from there. Look left some more. Yeah, see? This looks like I just want to close out the long and let the short ride. You know? Let the short ride. I want to see a little bit more. They paint the inverse head and shoulders, right? But really, an inverse head and shoulders is just another M. So I'm up $11, and that's good. See, I don't like, what time is it? 8:14. So what have we done here? We've now induced longs to take the long, right? People want to take the long from here, right? That's what they've done. They've gotten the pattern here, tells me, let's get the longs in. Let's get the longs in, and in the brinks, we drop it. You know, in essence. Where I should now have taken profit on my short, at least. Because it's likely you're going to come back up. So you left a little bit up there on your 1 minute. This is effed. Look at all the shorts, or all the shorts people are taking. You know, they're long here. The market makers, at least. The market makers are long from here. What you want to see is a W here on the 1 minute. So in essence, I would close out my short. Market close. Confirm. Bank that profit. Switch it back into my long. $8.16. I'm afraid that New York is going to hammer and brinks to the downside and the market's going to come down, but we're going to go for it. Maybe just get back to even on the long and close it out up here. And just close it out and wait for the brinks. I don't like what they've painted. I don't like the stupid inverse head and shoulders nonsense that they painted. I feel like this is a trap. Which I'm usually right. You haven't broken that. You know, level 1, retrace. Just the beginning of the level. Level 1, consolidation, stop on level 1. I'm looking for level 3 up there. I'm looking for one more level. We're up. I think there was $1,000 in the account. I know the whole bearish div and Market Cipher has a red dot and everything like that. Like that's how that's people go mad short when that shit shows up. But you know, let's see how we do with this. The inverse head and shoulders is there. Whether it's painted like that to get me to go long, which I feel like it is, because that's how they get you. You know, you got the lows of the range. That's where they want you. But look here on your 30 minute. You got a nice trigger wave on your 30 minute, man. 15 minute. This is a short on Market Cipher, at least at the moment. You know. You're at your 200 EMA and your 1 hour. It's a level. It's a level along. Monthly support. Let's see if London brings it up. Why would it happen? Why would it happen? Why is this going to happen? Dixie just consolidating at the daily open. Looking uber bullish. Uber bullish at the moment. But it would be nice to see this kind of come back down here and hold last week's low. Don't think that's going to happen, though. We'll see. You see, one thing about the 4 hour is you haven't gotten the sell signal yet. So normally you get the sell signal, you'll come down, take the liquidity, and then come back up. You know, that's how it went over here, right? You got the sell signal up in here, right? And you came down and then came back up at that same freaking level, right? At the sell signal. Now you've leveled up though. So maybe you come up, do a little bit more business, just a little bit more. And here's the top of your M. Your closes at least. And they protected this level here on the 4 hour time frame. You know, that's a vector. You come over to your 15 minute. You know what kind of volume is there on that. You know, that's a long that they took. A major long. But you would think that they would want to... It looks like they closed out a lot of them, see? They sold from here. Sold more from here. But they did this little red, green, pink nonsense. Red, green, pink. Let's see what that is. Red, green, and pink. See, I don't have any of that. Red, green is bearish, and pink is stopping volume. Right? So that's your reversal right there. So it looks like the business is done, and they've gone mainly short. They have a little bit of a long up in here, right? But again, mainly short. They did build a couple of longs up in here, but they can just close those mother truckers out very, 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 very quickly up here. Where I'm up 10% in the trade, and I'll close it for a profit because I don't like the way things look. Nope. Close it out. Market close. Wow. I'm stalling. Why am I pausing? back at 10%. I should close it right here. You close it right here. Here's a sell. I love the cross on the 1 minute. People are uber bearish at the moment. Where's the Dixie at? Dixie Doodle. Stopping volume, don't go higher. Same freaking thing. There's some behavior. The long is pain. The long is pain at the moment. 5 minute time frame, 50 EMA. I'll close it out. Fuck it. Done. Cool. I'm still looking for the short at some point, you know, in London tomorrow, I think is a good time. I think London tomorrow. I wonder how I can check my stats on this and see the stats on my last couple trades. Let's see. Close profit loss. All right, so let's go over this real quick. All right, so what do we got here? What's the dates on this? 22. It says negative, but see, like, look at the cost it cost me. I was up 15%, and yet I still lost money. Look at that. I did go very high leverage to kind of boost things up to make up what I made, but in essence, it looks like I'm down for the most part. That was a bad one. You know, small losses. There's a big loss. Small win. Small loss. It's not profitable. Not profitable. Nope. In essence, I think there was $1,000 in here. I think there was. So, I mean, that's the goal. I think that this is painted this way, and they're going to rip it to the downside, but we'll see what happens in the Brinks. We'll see what happens in the Brinks. It is the 8:30 candle. You got a nice close on the pin at the 50 EMA. You're at your 200 EMA, right? 2 pins to the Mayo. That is a technical long for us. However, you got to take into account where you're at. Getting a nice pin on the freaking 1 hour. Nice pin. The 5 minute. Nice pin on the 5 minute, but you're getting rejected off your 50 EMA. You know, in essence, if this is a W formation here, you know, inverse head and shoulders, you would want to see it get back above the 50. You want to see a vector, a red vector. I want to see them willing to sell me, you know, along. I see them willing to sell shorts. You know, this is them willing to sell shorts. They're willing to go short here, right? They're willing to take a long. Why are they willing to take a long? Why are they willing to give out the shorts here? Are they going to rip it up to the upside and take them first? Or are they coming for this down here? Because this is a lot closer, right? Right below 23,600, which I think we got marked off here. We don't. Where is my liquidity? This is the 7-day. Let's run it again. Right. So, 23,800. There's billions right below 24K. Billions. Right below 24K. 23.5. Right? 23.5 is right there where they are currently short from, and it is extremely close. So are they going to take it? I feel like this is going to roll over. They've now trapped a lot of long liquidity here. Okay, they painted the stupid head and the inverse head and shoulders. Right? This is a bullish pattern. So why not get a lot of people bullish and then bam, rip it. That's what I say. In fact, I want to take the short so bad because they're willing to pay the shorts today. That's what this tells me. I'm willing to pay the shorts. Because they are also short from here, from the top. They're short from the highest point over the past 2 sessions. All right, and they are below the 50 EMA on the 5-minute. All right, they are long from here, but they don't have to come back to these longs. They can come down and take the liquidity to the downside. So let's just see what we got going on. You can go to crazy time frames. See, it's FOMO short, bangarang. Yeah, let's get it. I don't want to miss it. Interesting candle. Let's see if we're right. Let's see if we're reading the volume the right way. Let's see if we're reading the high block the right way. Let's see if we're reading the behavior the right way. All right, before we make any big moves with any big money, 23,600, 23,500, and then what is that in essence? Is that the low of the range? Because that's where you would expect the bounce from. See? It's your range low from this region, 23,300. So you could still come down and get one more hit to the downside. Let's see. See, that's the thing about my volume that I'm almost kind of wanting to change. Is that I got this as like, oh, the market makers are long, but really, like, they are long. They are long here on the 1 minute. But they can just come back, take this liquidity, and then come realize a return on their longs if I don't pay myself. I feel like the Brinks is going to go down and bam. Right? London can come take the liquidity for New York, and New York can run the retracement up to the upside. 15-minute time frame. This is painted this way for a reason, They want you to take the long. Ooh, sketchy. It is support, though, right? But it's support from the mid-range if you really think about it. If you're really going to range it out, like, this is really where the value is, down here. You know, you got value here, you got value here, but they got all these longs trapped, man. They got them trapped right up in here. Look at all the liquidity that just came in where we just ran this. Down in the trade. What did we build? It's right there. Billions. 10 billion up here. 10 billion. Take it. It's right there. And where is the take profit? Because once they take it, man, they're gonna bounce away right from it. 23,600, I think. Yeah, so you got 2 billion, one. How much would I want to take? 23.6. 23.6 is a safe play. If you call this play safe. Let's go with it. Let's see if we're reading this stuff the right way. This could easily go the opposite way. But that much liquidity right here at the 5 EMA on the 6 month, that blue volume, where's that coming from? It's a big gap right there. Where are you? You're from here? What is this? Yeah, that wick right there, where people went long from already. Come get that. Come get these guys. And then you can bounce away from it. Still remain in the zone. It's just, why let $10 billion in longs go? Why let them go? Come down, take them, and then move. Now what do you got? You come down and you take that, right? You just got another big W formation here. That might solidify the idea that this is all level 2. Okay? When you get a W here and then you shift out. Take the longs, right? And then you can shift out. But depending on what they do, because if they come up first and take the shorts in these sessions, then it's very likely that you're gonna, it's even better for later when I use real money. Where's the Brinks, yo? When's the Brinks go down? I always forget. I should set alarms. Brinks. I can't say because I don't hear nobody. The Brinks. The gap time. 9:01. We got time. Yesterday. Look at yesterday. Yesterday, look at this behavior. Bang, 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 and they came up, and then they came down. Sketch. 1%. I'm thinking today it's not going to be the same thing. A variation on a theme. Come down, bang, come down, make a lower low. And that's more of a trend line there. If you want a trend line. I did this last time. And I was wrong. Right? You get that one more hit to the low. You know? Just one more hit. Doesn't look like it. It looks like they're moving up, mother truckers. Why not take it? See, there's 10 billion here. There's the same amount as up there, and this is so close. So close. Why? Why? I don't understand. It's a good thing I'm trading with fake money, man. I didn't realize it's 8:40. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pop into my friend's stream. No one's even in here. I'll see y'all later. We'll see how it goes. Peace out.